Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Coffee Break Q&A. My name is Michael Moret. I'll give you an opportunity to send any Bible questions you might have at the end of the broadcast by giving you the email address of Scripture verse by verse. We do have a question today from a woman, a listener, who writes, is it faithful, or I should say, is it faithless or wrong to be afraid to live during the end times? At times I become fearful, thinking about the suffering I may have to endure. I will fight tooth and nail for Jesus and my belief in him, but then my flesh becomes frightened, and I think, what if my fear won't allow me to endure when the suffering becomes too much? I know I shouldn't worry, but sometimes the thoughts just go round and round in my head. Well, anytime we are overly concerned about the future to the point of worry and fear, then we are not trusting God as we should. We need to follow the instructions that Jesus gave us, and that will eliminate this sort of fear and worry. Jesus told us not to worry about tomorrow, but to focus on today. Remember, he said each day has enough trouble of its own. God gives us the grace to handle whatever trials we are facing right now, right this second. And when tomorrow's troubles come, he will then give us the grace to handle those troubles at that time, but not a second before. We have grace to handle our present trouble, but since the future is not here, we do not have the grace to handle today what might be ours in the future. So trust God with the future grace that we will need for future problems, because he will give you what you need at that time, just as he is giving you what you need in the form of grace to handle whatever it is you're going through right now. It is truly important for us to live not just one day at a time, but one moment at a time, trusting Jesus to get us through whatever we might be going through. And he is faithful. He will. This has been Michael Moret with the Coffee Break Q&A. And if you have a question for me, you can send it to scriptureversebyverse@gmail.com. That's scriptureversebyverse@gmail.com.